What's up YouTube, DIY guy here, and today we're working on my 2017 Honda Ridgeline, and we're going to be doing an oil change today. So I'm going to walk you through the steps and show you the tools that you need. So let's get started. Alright, so to do the oil change you're going to need 5.7 quarts of the 0W20 motor oil. I'm using the Mobil 1 synthetic. You're going to need a new oil filter, an oil filter wrench, something like one of these. You're going to need a 17 millimeter socket in order to get the drain plug off. You're going to need a long funnel in order to reach the oil filler, and then a drain pan. So I got to get the truck jacked up, and we'll get underneath and drain the oil. Now when we go underneath here, we're going to see the oil pan here, and you'll see that this is the drain plug right here. So 17 millimeter socket, and first thing we're going to do is put the drain pan under there and drain that, and then behind that you can see the oil filter right there. So after we drain that oil, we will take the oil filter off. Okay, now while that's draining, I have the drain plug here, and I am going to take off the old washer on here and replace that each time. So see, the other one got crushed there. And I have this pack of washers that I bought for Honda on Amazon. So I'm going to take a new one and put that on there before I put the drain plug back in. The other item you might want to use is a torque wrench. The spec is 29 pound-feet of torque to put that drain plug back in. So I'm going to let that drain, and then we'll take the oil filter off. Okay, now that it's dripping, I'm going to take my drain plug and put it back in here. And then we will torque that to spec, and we'll move over to the oil filter. So that's torqued right, and now we'll get the oil filter wrench. Okay, so the location of the oil filter isn't ideal. I'm going to reach over here with this oil filter wrench. You probably will get some oil on the top of this when you're removing the oil filters. So make sure you have something to clean that up with. What I'm going to do is reach in here. That loose, and then I should be able to take it out by hand. It's a little bit hard to reach in there. I guess I'll have to loosen that up a little bit. All right, so it's a little bit hard to do this while filming with the other hand, but as you can see, as soon as you loosen that up, the oil starts coming out. So I'm gonna let that drain, and then we'll remove it the rest of the way and clean that up. Okay, so I got my new oil filter here ready. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some oil in it to start with, so it's not completely dry. And then take a little bit of the oil and just run it around the gasket here so that it goes on smoothly. Now we will go underneath and put this one in. So I'm going to take our new oil filter and reach it up underneath here and spin it on by hand. Just make sure that you're not going to cross thread this thing, because it should spin on gently. Don't use any force to get this on here initially. So I'm going to line these threads up, not holding the camera, so I can get that on there. It's a little bit tricky getting the right angle to get that on there. But when you do it, you'll know because it'll spin on there super easy. So after you get it on there hand tight, to take your filter wrench and make sure you got it on there tight enough, but don't over tighten it to crush the entire rubber gasket on there. So I've got that on there now, and now we're going to go up top. We're going to let the truck down off this jack, and we're going to fill it up. Okay, now the reason I said you need a long funnel is it's a little bit, the filler is down here a little bit low, and so a little bit hard to get a regular funnel in there. I like the longer one to put that in there. So put my funnel. Okay, I got that in there. So what this takes 5.7 quarts according to the owner's manual. So what I'm going to do is fill up about maybe 4.5, and then I'll start checking the level. Okay, now as you can see, I've just started. It's about halfway up the dipstick. I'll probably put a little bit more in, and after I start it up, I'll recheck it and make sure it's full but not over the line. You don't want to fill it up too much because then you'll get oil in your intake and have a mess. So I'm gonna put a little bit more in, and we'll do one more check. Okay, so you can see I had it up to the top line, but after running the truck for a minute or two, you can see it's dropped down. So I'm gonna add a little bit more, and then that'll be it. And then I'll show you how I get rid of the oil. Now the other thing you want to do is also reset your oil life indicator. So if you go into your system here, if this is the one you have, you hit home and go under settings and click on vehicle, and you'll see maintenance info here, and this will have the oil life indicator. Mine's 100% because I already reset it, but if you need to reset it, you're just going to click reset, and it's going to ask you to confirm that, and you're going to reset again, and that's it. So finally, I just take the old oil and I put it in the container that's empty. I'll use a funnel and fill that up. Then I'll take it over to the Advanced Auto Parts store. They will take your recycled oil. You can dump it in the container in the back of the store when they'll show you where that is. And that's it. So hopefully this was helpful to you. If it is, please give me a like on the video and subscribe to my channel. I'll be making some more videos about the Ridgeline. Thank you.